history for Illinois Wesleyan basketball.
It's a Titan victory!
This is Men's Lacrosse on the CCIW Network. From Tucci Stadium in Bloomington, Illinois, it's the 1-0 Illinois Wesleyan Titans taking on the Southwestern Pirates. I'm Matt Sossler alongside Hayden Warfield. It's a beautiful day for men's lacrosse. Uncharacteristically, temperatures in the mid-50s, sunny skies. This is weather we'll typically see for the CCIW title game in a few months.
Yes, definitely expected cold weather here, but it's a beautiful way to start off the season. The Titans already starting off hot off a big comeback against Colorado College, a tough opponent to start off the season. Definitely going to be a contender we're going to see later in the NCAA tournament this year. But now we move all the way from Colorado to take on Southwestern, coming up from Texas to face the Titans today.
In that Friday night win, the Titans scored 4 fourth-quarter goals to win 11-10, led by Noah Dredska and Jake Cahoon, each with a hat trick. Hayden, how does early adversity help a Titan team in Game 2?
I think early adversity really shows them where they need to work on, where they need to find their fine-tuning, where they're stagnant. That was something I really noticed in the last game, was the Titans really starting off stagnant on their offense. Usually we're used to seeing a full force, full speed, aggressive Titan offense. They were really just taking their time swinging the ball around. I think they just need to be pedal to the metal today, and I think that's what they probably talked about, because they were phenomenal, stellar on defense, especially Jamison Zachary back in goal. He was stopping shots left and right. We're going to be excited to see him put on some nasty saves today.
A lot of new faces and new places for the green and white. It wasn't just Illinois Wesleyan winning 11-10 earlier this week. Southwestern, an 11-10 victory in Iowa, just across the Mississippi against Dubuque.
Yes, that was due most in part to Jackson Strouser, 4 for 5 in goals, shooting an .800. He is going to be a threat for the Titan defense today. Very accurate, very speedy. And on the defensive side, we had Zach Fabian. He had the most caused turnovers for Southwestern. I believe it was 4 caused turnovers two caused turnovers that game. But definitely one that Dredska and Cajon need to watch out for when they're on the attack.
This is a new look Titan offense led by their do-it-all, who I call the power forward, Ike Eastburn, now on the Titans staff. He was a lethal goal scorer during his time wearing the number 71. He has now passed that down to Timmy McHugh, who's the offensive star for the Titans. However, it's his brother Billy who we're going to look out for today.
Yes, Billy McHugh, preseason All-American. He was a D1 transfer from Long Island University. Very lethal on defense, very speedy, able to read his attackers very well. We're going to be looking for him to make some big defensive stops.
In addition to Billy McHugh's kind of that transition player for Illinois Wesleyan, Jake Cahoon looks to take Eastburn's spot within 5 yards of the crease.
Yeah, him and Dredska really going back and forth, trying to give each other openings. That, too, is a powerful combo that Southwestern is going to come to fear.
The Titans and the Pirates. One team will suffer their first loss in week 1 of this very young men's lacrosse season. All roads lead to the end of May, Memorial Day weekend for the national championship. We now send it downstairs for starting lineups read by Alex Bardanitis.
Tucci Stadium on the campus of Illinois Wesleyan University for today's men's lacrosse game between the Southwestern University Pirates and your Illinois Wesleyan University Titans. The NCAA promotes good sportsmanship by its student athletes, coaches, and fans. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at student athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated in our grounds for removal. Thank you for your assistance in providing a positive atmosphere. Please rise if you are able and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem. Let's meet today's starters. First, for the Pirates, number 4, Keegan Cox. Number 5, Greg Haydock. Number 7, Jake Traylor. Number 12, Briston Niemeyer. Number 14, Jackson Strouser. Number 16, Chris Stafford. Number 22, Marshall Mohan. Number 47.
The Titans and the Pirates about to get underway from Tucci Stadium in Bloomington on a beautiful February afternoon. Matt Sossler alongside Hayden Warfield, both of these teams winning earlier this week. Let's take a look at our starting goalies, beginning with Illinois Wesleyan. Jamison Zachary makes his second start of the season. Zachary trying to replace the production that Colin Turbo left after graduation.
Zachary definitely a fan favorite in the match on Friday. He was stopping attacks left and right. Bounce shots, high shots to the corner, everywhere on the goal he was. And he was also not afraid to come out of the goal and really take some risks on defense when need be. He's a very reliable, very good communicator. The Titans are fortunate to have him in back row.
Zachary, 3 games played last year, a much enhanced role this season. For Southwestern, it's Dante Avicoli, one of the top goalies last year, top 100 in saves per game and save percentage.
Top 100, that means the Titans have their work cut out for them on offense. Noah Dretzka, Jake Cajon, very talented on offense. But you got to remember, you're playing against a top 100 goalie. That might not matter.
Michael Rocco on the X for Illinois Wesleyan. And we're underway at Tucci Stadium. Trey Pena in there for Southwestern. Early control for Illinois Wesleyan. Brody Jones. Early pressure from Southwestern by Sam Stillwell. Stillwell with a caused turnover, the defender out of Las Vegas. McHugh forces an errant pass, picked up by Keaton Cox. Below the GLE, this is where the Titans thrive defensively. Marshall Moen, the 6'3 freshman attackman out of Houston, Texas, Two very different looks on both sides from the last time these two teams got together 2 years ago. It was here in Bloomington on a much colder night in which Illinois Wesleyan emerged victorious 20-8 behind 4 Ike Eastburn goals. Early shot and a save by Zachary.
And that's what he's capable of doing. He's so good at reading the offense, spotting the ball just inside the stick of the attacker.
Abram Garris with the snipe. Billy McHugh has his pocket picked by Chris Stefik. Both teams with early chances, however, only one shot to show. Billy McHugh below the GLE. Defers to his brother Timmy on the doorstep. It's Cahoon, but Avicoli's there.
That's a shot the Titans like to try multiple times in a game. Get someone behind the goal, pass it back up, and then just kind of swat it in. They don't even really catch the ball.
Hayden, 2 offensive sequences down. What do you like so far?
One thing I really like is this Titan defense. They're doing a very good job of marking their man. Now, you leave that center open, which can be very dangerous if a player can juke their defender. But when you got defenders like Billy McHugh who can mark their man effectively, it works really well.
Zachary with a couple of early saves. Less than 3 minutes expired. It's been a back-and-forth game so far. Titans trying to fix the slow start. Another attack for Southwestern. It's Stefik. But the Titan D's doing a good job of keeping them along the perimeter.
So far, not a lot of passing going on in this game. As I say, of course, they throw out a pass. But these players holding on to the ball a lot longer, really trying to find that open lane.
Jeffrey Jordan, pitch and catch with Dylan Knighton.
You can see Strouser there just in the middle, kind of hanging out, just waiting for an opening, waiting for a couple defenders to kind of get away from the crease so he can get an open shot.
Knighton to Jordan, who split dodges and misfires on the shot. Shot clock boosts up to 60, so more time for the Pirates. Another save by Zachary, this one from point-blank range. Cox has had a couple of good looks. Rugby scrum in front of the crease, which would be no issue for a clear for Illinois Wesleyan. Good work on the cradle by Jeremy Langos. Shot steered away by Avicoli.
And a mad scramble for the ball near the 40-yard line there. Multiple checks coming out of that play, but the Titans will emerge victorious. They got an open lane down the right now.
Dretzka to the high slot, airmailed by Karsten Nordley. But the Titans maintain control. For those of you new to lacrosse, if it goes out of bounds, off a shot, or unforced, it's the closest person to the ball, right on the doorstep. But feeling some early pressure, Holden Webster, the 6'2 freshman out of Centennial, Colorado.
Right now you can see Jameson Zachary trying to book it back to the goal. He was marking number 4, Keaton Cox. That's what we were talking about earlier, how he's not really afraid to come out and defend that long pass if necessary.
Christian DeGroot works it around. Another trip for Southwestern where they're forced below the goal line extended. Swandle up top to Nolan Zabe. Zabe, and Southwestern strikes first.
Zabe was just able to poke that past Zachary. It wasn't a very forceful shot. Definitely a slower one.
Yeah. Sophomore with his first goal of the year. So Southwestern with a 1-0 advantage, 5 minutes elapsed.
Rocco very aggressive on that face-off.
Scrum for the ground ball. Fabian comes away with it. Zachary smothers. Chance for a run out for Illinois Wesleyan with numbers. Tice Baldwin. Long ranger shot, saved by Avicoli. Cade Mears.
I like that long range shot from Wesleyan. He had an open lane down line. The goalie wasn't exactly set. Just fire one out. It's early in the game and you're only down by one. Take the shot.
Jake Traylor reverses course. That allows both teams to make a substitution. Joey Prim has it taken away. Quick look. Cahoon off the mark. Titans cover up. So this is where they get the most comfortable, in that 4-1-4. Starting from the behind the net. Cole Kennedy works it across. McHugh below. Pass a little too much for Cahoon. Kennedy recovers. Owen Miller, shot and a goal.
What a shot by Miller. That was beautifully placed into the lower left-hand corner. Kind of bounces it just past the keeper.
Miller's first on the year, trying to build off of an outstanding freshman campaign. We're tied at 1.
It looks like it's going to be Matt Arnold taking the face-off this time in place of Rocco.
That's something that Zach Iannucci tends to do, especially early on in the season, Hayden. They'll have their primary Fogo, and then all of a sudden, their secondary or tertiary guy comes in, and it's whoever's going to win that battle.
That really worked out for them, too, in the game against Colorado College when they were facing off against the primary Fogo, Ferguson, for Colorado College. He was very confused about who he was facing off at any point. And Rocco, he has a much more aggressive, kind of in-your-face, likes to box you out, kind of like a basketball player. And Matt Arnold really just kind of dives straight for that ball. Really confused Ferguson. I like this play from Iannucci.
Seen it over the last 2 years. 2 years ago, it was Zoe Lombardo, the primary. Rocco came on the scene, and then last year, Rocco and Nick Schrader tandeming that role, with it only being game 2 this year. The jury's still out. Jeffrey Jordan up top to Swandle. Pitch and catch, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Jordan, too high. 12 on the timer. Rush look for Southwestern, a wall for Illinois Wesleyan, forced inside. No problem for Zachary.
And this is where Illinois Wesleyan thrives on defense. When the pressure's on from the shot clock for the offense, they are really good at just sticking tight to the crease, putting up that wall like we saw just there. And now they have a chance for an offensive possession.
Lost stick for Southwestern. Here's Timmy McHugh. Avicoli says no. And Marshall Moen on that last sequence, Hayden, was forced to make a U-turn with 2 on the shot clock. You never want that.
Definitely not. Oh, an opportunity now here for the Pirates.
Cox puts Southwestern ahead again.
Wow, what a great play by the Pirates, spotting Cox open there on the left side. He was able to juke his defender, and they were slashing at him like crazy, but able to go all the way around to the opposite side of the crease. Put that in the back of the net.
Sophomore's 3rd goal of the year hails from Allen, Texas. Naturally, on this Southwestern roster, a lot of Texans.
Don't mess with Texas. That's what they say. Arnold again on the faceoff.
These two teams have traded goals. More pressure from the green and white. Kristen Niemeyer able to command control off the ground ball. Zachary caught way out of home, but the Titans catch a massive break. Moen had the entire net to his availability. He had the keys, he was on the doormat, and he had the lease signed.
Just wasn't able to step through the threshold, put that one away. He's definitely going to beat himself up about that one later.
Zachary got a hand on that one from Matthew Swandle. Another go, this time still from Matthew Swandle. And the Titans can exhale. Southwestern, plenty of grade A looks to take a 3-1 lead.
Right now, Southwestern seems to be the main player on offense. Usually it's the Titans, who, especially when Ike Eastburn was playing the assistant coach now. The Titans always on the offensive, but this year they seem to be more on the defensive. They're trying to thrive more on the counterattacks than just the straight attacks.
Jake Gerard off the mark. We got our first flag of the day. And now we'll get the report card. Came right in front of the substitution area. It's on Illinois Wesleyan. Now we wait to see who takes a knee. Or check that. They flip it. It looks like it'll be against the Pirates. Diego Herrera heads to the penalty area. It's a 30-second technical on Herrera. First man-up opportunity for Illinois Wesleyan. That was a bugaboo for them on Friday. They were 0 for 4. Down by 1. Going for a one-shot look. Dredska down low off the iron.
That was a very well-orchestrated play by the Titans. They really did a good job of passing it around, being patient, and finding Dredska in the middle there.
Brody Jones. Now we play on, no slash. Jones. Now everybody stops play. Heard 3 whistles from 3 different officials in that sequence. And with Southwestern having possession, extra man now expired.
Swandle looked to attack, but he's warded off by number 37, Karsten Nordley.
Both teams slow things down a little bit.
Just under 4 minutes remaining in the quarter.
On the doorstep, that's another goal for Southwestern. It's Jackson Strouser. He makes his presence known and puts the Pirates up a deuce.
That's his 5th goal this season. He is now shooting 5 for 6 on the season. Deadly accurate.
This is something that is new territory for this Titan lacrosse program, especially here at home. This team does not only do they not lose often here at Tucci Stadium, but they don't trail.
New territory indeed. They haven't dropped a conference game since 2017. This is a team very familiar with being in the lead. They do not like trailing behind. Last game, they waited till the 4th quarter to really get going. I'd really like to see the Titans put their foot on the gas pedal earlier in this match.
Still forced to the exterior. Trying to get it inside. Cahoon. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Webster. Avicoli has no issue there. Shots are even at 10. However, Southwestern has put 8 on frame compared to just 5 for Illinois Wesleyan. Long pass, and it's the long stick. Caden Gamelgard, the senior, tagging up and giving Illinois Wesleyan possession. Nick Donahue subs off on the doorstep. Shot by Jones. Another save by Avicoli. Jones, the freshman attack out of Boring, Oregon. He has certainly made the early part of this game interesting, Hayden.
Yeah, that is an unfortunate name for a town to come from because Boring does not describe this player at all. Eight shots on goal for Southwestern right now. Only 3 have found the back of the net. Can they make it 4 right here?
It's an overall look of the pressure that they've put on Illinois Wesleyan early. Zachary, even though he's conceded 3 early ones, he's kept Illinois Wesleyan in this game.
Mm-hmm.
On our breakdown, it's not an official stat, but grade A's, you're probably looking at 5 or 6 for Southwestern nearing the end of the first period. Less than 90 seconds left. On the doorstep, Cahoon, saved by Avicoli.
Big check there by the crease. Still, it will remain Pirates' possession.
Clean hit. That's something we also haven't seen. Here's Zachary showcasing his offensive work.
He's going to go all the way for the goal, I think.
Loses it.
Finally going to back
Might
off.
get the hockey assist here and a goal.
Wow. What a play by Zachary in the Titan offense. Saving the shot, coming all the way across to about the 20-yard line right there by the Pirates' goal. And then finally dishing it off to his teammates for a quick goal. And now the Titans only trail by 1.
Cahoon's 4th of the year, 3-2 our score. If there's any high-risk, high-reward play, it's that one right there. If Southwestern, after that check, gets the ball back, you have Zachary 80 yards out.
You just fire one away, and it's a free goal right there.
Titans go for the 2-for-1. Golden chance. We get a timeout called by Southwestern with 34.4 seconds left in the first. Hayden, what have you liked so far?
What I've really liked so far is the Titans, they're being patient, but they're being aggressive. They're taking very smart, very calculated shots. They're not just running wild at the goal. They're really trying to get it into the center, into Cahoon, into Dretzka, and Cahoon's turning quickly, making those shots. Then on the defensive side for the Titans, they are doing an excellent job of marking their man. They're leaving that center open, but they've been so effective with the mark that it hasn't mattered that much.
If you're Coach Iannucci in this huddle, you got 34.4 seconds to try and turn what has not been the cleanest first period for your team into an even 3-3 tie. What's your plan for success?
Right now, I'm trying to get the ball behind the goal line right now. Spread out my offense up around the top. Put Cahoon in the middle. Get some quick passes around. Get the defense out of their system. And then put a pass right into Cahoon for a quick shot. That will tie it up at 3s.
Something we've only seen on 1 or 2 possessions today, and that's Jake Cahoon within 5 yards of the crease. He's gotten an early start in that power forward type role. 2 years ago, when Ike Eastburn, now assistant coach, broke his foot, gave Cahoon the early reps as a freshman, and then once Eastburn came back, they were able to learn together. And that learning process continues this year with Eastburn on the sidelines.
Yeah. It's such an interesting thing when a former player, especially so close to the age of the actual team, comes back and coaches, because you really have a special bond with those teammates who are really able to speak into their playing style and really help them develop the way a regular coach just couldn't.
Dretska. 25 seconds. Shot clock is irrelevant.
Here are the Titans now behind the goal.
Here's Miller. Weaving around. 8 seconds. Timmy McHugh. C-turns himself underhand. Had Cahoon there. Cahoon mishandles. And the clock wins the race. Strong defense by Southwestern to end that first period. And they take a 3-2 lead heading into the second. We'll be right back on the CCIW Network. Start of the second period, Southwestern leads 3-2 over Illinois Wesleyan. Matt Sossler alongside Hayden Warfield. This is a much different matchup than the last time these two teams got together. It was a 20-8 Illinois Wesleyan win. However, of those 28 goals, only 3 goals are on the field today. It was 2 from Jackson Strouser and 1 from Noah Dretska. Everything else came from the upper class of these two teams 2 years ago.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it's a different decade for this Titan lacrosse team. Earlier they were known for their just very aggressive play style, taking it to the net. Now they're being a lot more patient, more calculated shots. And they're going up against a much more talented Pirate team than I think we expected here today. Right now they lead Wesleyan on their home turf 3-2, a position the Titans are not used to being in.
Arnold on the X to start the second. He's 1 of 2. Michael Rocco 2 for 4 for Illinois Wesleyan. Pena is taking every single face-off for the Pirates. He's currently 3 of 6. Pena against Arnold to begin the second with the Titans down by 1.
I think if you look at the first period stats, the main difference right now is the goalie, Dante Avicoli. Both the Titans and the Pirates had the same amount of shots on goal, 8. But Avicoli just putting up that slightly better defense in the goal. And that's why he's a top 100 goalkeeper.
6 saves for Avicoli today. Much more aggressive Titan defense to begin the second. Forcing Abram Garris through a landmine. And the Titans get possession. Karsten Nordley, one of the leaders on this Titans squad. McHugh in the substitution area. Miller. Jones. Working through. Just wide. From Jake Gerard.
Gerard really kind of faked his shot there, brought his stick all the way around his defender, then went for the shot. Very interesting play, one we haven't seen yet. I'd like to see him do it again because it really opened things up for him.
Cahoon wide, but Miller's there. 53 on the shot clock. Timmy McHugh to Miller. And this time, Southwestern is the closest. It's Nolan Zabe who ends that Titan attack. Zabe, who has one of Southwestern's 3 lamplighters today. Poke from behind by Cahoon. Wyatt Hart roughed up right at midfield. Zabe scoops up the ground ball. Wanted Keaton Cox, but airmails it long. Now the flag comes in.
Foul is going to be on Illinois Wesleyan, number 35, Nick Donahue. He will serve penalty time.
Nick Donahue, the sophomore defensive midfield out of Glenview, Illinois. This is the first extra man opportunity for Southwestern. They were 3 of 7 in their win against Dubuque. Now we finally hear the tool belt. Titans go for a penalty kill. Right on the doorstep, it's another extra man opportunity goal for Southwestern, this time on the lace of Dylan Knighton.
And now the Pirates up by 2.
Knighton's first goal of the young season. That's the first time we've had 2 consecutive goals by a team today.
Right now, the Pirates are dominating both ends of the field defensively and offensively.
Ground ball collected by the Fogo, Trey Pena. Uncharacteristic look, it does not matter for the Pirates. Keaton Cox with his second goal of the afternoon. And Hayden, the Titans have to figure out how to clean this up. Southwestern's been unstoppable since the start of the second.
Yeah, 2 goals, 2 assists for Keaton Cox right now. And I think the main thing is the Titans' ball handling right now is just not where it should be. This is kind of the same thing that killed them earlier in the match, is they were dropping passes, not really able to maintain a firm possession, while the Pirates able to do just that. So that's what the Titans really need to clean up right now. But here's Rocco.
Rocco, saved by Avicoli. There's that fine line, Hayden, of going too fast and being steady aggressive.
Yeah. I'm sure Iannucci doesn't mind that shot from Rocco, though. It worked for Rocco in the last match against Colorado College. Really ignited a spark for the team in the second half that led to their comeback. So I think Rocco was trying to do just that, light a spark under this Titan team.
Down by 3. Pirates go for their 4th unanswered goal. Jordan. Cox. Too high. There's 2 yellow jerseys in the end zone to keep it on this end.
That was a very quick turnaround by the Pirates offense. That would have been a deadly shot had it been accurate. "20 seconds on the shot clock."
Jordan. Marshall Moen is there this time around. Corbin Comiskey checks in. Enters the play. Absolutely nowhere for Moen to go. 2 on the shot clock. 11th hour attempt, no problem for Jamison Zachary. 6 saves for the Titan netminder. Cahoon rolls in, wanted the crosser right in front for Jones, but it wasn't there. Scramble for the ground ball 5 yards away.
Man, it looked like field hockey there for a second.
Here's Billy McHugh, had an alley long side, takes it the other way. Avicoli meets him at the point of attack. Jones is there to keep it in the Titans' hands. Lucas Patterson forced to reverse. Here's Dretzka, a player the Illinois Wesleyan would like to jumpstart. Miller out to Cahoon, sails it high. Jones is there. 27 seconds on the shot clock. Jones forced to a knee. Can't do much with that from that position. Avicoli scoops it up. Another flustered chance for the green and white.
Yeah, the Titans not really been able to get the shots they've wanted here in the second period. Only 2 shots on goal thus far.
Zachary playing defensive back. Intercepting that long pass and avoiding catastrophe for Illinois Wesleyan.
Zachary's so confident coming out of that goal. It's not something you see often in a goalkeeper. Usually they like to stay in the crease, stay safe, make sure that goal's protected at all cost. But Zachary will go as far as necessary.
At this point, it's system for Illinois Wesleyan. We've seen that from Colin Turvo the last couple of years. Get a timeout called. 8:49 until halftime. Southwestern has had complete command of the second period, leading 5-2 and outscoring the Titans 2-0 over the last 7 minutes and change. Matt Sossler alongside Hayden Warfield taking a look inside the box score. The Titans are out shooting Southwestern 20-15. However, shots on goal basically even, 11-10 in favor of the Pirates. Trying to find a number that is the difference today, but the rest of the box is near even or favors Illinois Wesleyan outside of the scoreboard, Hayden.
Yeah, really just the difference, I think, has kind of been in the midfield, not necessarily on the ends of the goal, but the Pirates just doing a better job ball handling in transition. I think it's given them just a few extra opportunities that they might not have had Wesleyan just had some better control there in the midfield. If they can clean up that midfield, I think they're going to get some better offensive opportunities, and that's going to lead to a comeback.
Leading scorers today, Owen Miller and Jake Cahoon with the 2 tallies for the Titans. For Southwestern, Keaton Cox with a brace, Zaby Strouser and Knighton with a goal. Add on 2 assists for Keaton Cox. He's got 4 points, most on either side. If you're Coach Iannucci, Hayden, what are you discussing right now with your team, trying to at least get back into this before half?
I think I'm discussing with my team, I'd say up the shots right now. I think right now at Wesleyan, we're talking about how they're being patient, trying to be calculated. I think they're being a little too patient. I think their patience has kind of allowed the Pirates to get comfortable. They need to just take a few more shots, kind of unsettle Dante Avicoli, and just kind of see if they can sink 1 or 2 past by just getting the numbers up on the shots.
In between the pipes, Avicoli 8 saves, giving up 2. Zachary 6 saves with 5 concessions. Abram Garris, bit of a slower look for Southwestern. The Titans in a straight shell.
It's a big adjustment for Iannucci. He usually prefers that man mark, but we'll see if this can work out for Wesleyan.
Below the goal line, Moen. Forced back around with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Nordley's there, forces an errant shot from Keaton Cox. Second chance, off the side of the cage, so the shot clock gets boosted up to a minute. Southwestern still with possession.
And this kind of shell defense really seems to be working for Wesleyan right now. They know the Pirates really like to find that man in the center, and they just haven't been able to find it yet.
Zabe, Gamelgard got a stick on it and gives the Titans possession back. So now we can see a tale of two speeds after Southwestern tried to rock the Titans to sleep on the offensive end. Will the Titans accelerate on their half of the field? Cahoon waits for reinforcements. Webster. Underneath, Kennedy. U-turns, misses wide to the right, but McHugh is there, per usual. Penalty called against Southwestern. Kennedy. Too much. Now the Titans look at an extra man.
This is where the Titans haven't been able to capitalize yet this year. Man up, offensive opportunity. They really need to fire away a shot here, take advantage, and shrink that gap down to 2.
Titans 0 for 1 on extra man opportunities today. Dretzka to Kennedy. Cahoon wanted a dodge, but was pressured off his mark. Sam Stillwell forcing the Titans to go elsewhere. Avicoli's there to stifle the Titan chance. So now Illinois Wesleyan 0 for 2 on the extra man. Zachary caught out of the cage. But the Titans once again are bailed out. This time Wyatt Hart saves the day.
That was a big defensive play, getting the stick out of the hands of the attacker. Definitely saved Illinois Wesleyan a goal there.
Another missed opportunity on the doorstep. Miller was there. McHugh recovers. McHugh saved by Avicoli right off his chest. You could hear that all the way from up here. Especially from point blank range, the velocity on that shot. Bounced a little high for Cox. That allows this Titan team to regain control. Flag flies from behind the GLE. And now we get word. Based on the delay, it should go against Southwestern. Now we wait to see exactly what it is. Keaton Cox takes a knee in the penalty area.
Just over 5 minutes in the first half remain.
Illegal procedure on Cox. It's a 30-second technical. Illinois Wesleyan 0 for 3 on the extra man today. Webster could not connect with Cahoon down low. And on those 30-second technicals, Hayden, you got to find your best look and find it fast. Otherwise, it's burned.
Definitely. Only really time for one good shot before the players are released. And just like that, Keaton Cox is back in the game.
Titan ball. 4:17 left until halftime. Southwestern started off in early control of this second period, but the Titans have stalled it out after two quick tallies from the Pirates. Miller had an opportunity as Miller goes to the ground, recovered by Nordley. Across the field, Dretzka, shot, upper 90 lamplighter for the Wisconsinite.
Dretzka finally ends the drought for the Titans, and not a moment too soon, just 4 minutes before we go to the half. Titans trail by 2 now, and it's the star Fogo, Michael Rocco.
Goal number 4 for Dretzka this year. Titans back within a pair. We saw Rocco the last time he won a faceoff take it himself 30 yards. Faceoff violation called against Rocco. So Cal Stewart picks it up for the Pirates. It's the first faceoff violation on either side today. Matthew Swandle waits for Abram Garris. Picked off by Zachary as the Pirates tried to work it to just outside the crease. Counter opportunity for Illinois Wesleyan. Hart with the long stick finds McHugh. Altered look for Illinois Wesleyan. McHugh wanted an alley. Defers after Stefik denied the entry. Kennedy, C turns in. Avicoli will never have a problem on that short angle. It stays on this end with Illinois Wesleyan. They call a push on that shot. Fresh timer for the Titans as well. Pass just wide out of the reach. The connection between Webster and Kennedy. Both teams seem to be a little rushed here, Hayden, heading into half.
2 minutes remaining in the period. 67 on the shot clock for the Pirates. The energy, the nerves were a little high there for a second, but the Pirates really starting to calm down.
Yeah, a timeout called. Appears to come from the Southwestern bench as they try to calm those nerves down. Is there in answer mode? Even though they're up by 2, the Titans scored last. It was Dretzka who hit double iron and in. And that last goal heading into the half, that's a big momentum swing, especially with the Titans at home.
Yeah, often, even when you're up, the thing in your most recent memory is who scored the last goal. It really kind of affects your mentality going into that locker room, kind of that halftime discussion. Even with the Pirates in a comfortable position, they really want to be the last ones to score here.
Especially after that start to the second that they had.
They shut out the Titans for nearly 10 minutes not allowing them to get a goal scored in. Dretska finally ending that drought. We'll see if someone like Cahoon can keep the water flowing here.
It wasn't just a scoring spell. It seemed that the Titans weren't able to get anything offensively, and by extent, the amount of time they spent in their attacking third was minimal as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Pirates really doing a good job of just maintaining control of possession.
So if you're Southwestern right now, what are you drawing up? You got a minute 41. You can melt this down to about a minute 50, or 50 seconds rather, and basically end this half. However, the Titans have proven that they can score quickly.
Yeah. I'd say if you're the Pirates, you got to take a little time off the clock, kind of pass it around, try to spread out the Titan defense if you can, then take a shot at it. Hopefully hits the sidebar, hits the crossbar, or best case scenario, it's a goal. Worst case scenario, though, for the Pirates, they throw it out of bounds.
Throw it out of bounds. There's no one there to tag up. So now there's a 5-second difference between shot and game clock. But it's another turnover, this time courtesy of Illinois Wesleyan. 2-second difference between the two clocks, making it essentially irrelevant at this point.
Yeah, the Pirates, they're really just going to wind it down at this point.
If they use the entire time in the 80-second shot clock, as it's stripped away by Karsten Nordley, nothing is a guarantee. McHugh, bouncing shot, ricocheted off a yellow jersey. Who's there? Southwestern, despite Dretska hitting the turf.
That was a big dive from Dretska, too. That was a volleyball dive, if anything, I've ever seen.
So within the final 90 seconds, it's been all turnovers. With 40 seconds left, Zachary out near midfield. Flag flies. So the clock stops at 34.2. And my, oh my, if the tables have turned, this will put the Titans on the man up. Waiting on the official signal to see how long this is.
Titans potentially playing a man up for the rest of the period.
I mean, regardless, even if it is a 30-second tech, we're still waiting on the official signal. Even if it is 30 seconds, that's essentially the rest of the period.
Mm-hmm. Looks to be a 30-second tech. Titans yet to score in a man-up situation.
It's actually a body check, so that carries 1 minute time. Cahoon. McHugh is there, 20 and a half on the clock. Kennedy. Avicoli is there. So with 12 seconds left, he can just launch this thing all the way. Zachary's there. A rare goalie-to-goalie pass. Zachary, another stretch. Jones with 2 seconds left. And the timer wins the race. So that favors Southwestern. Having that 1 minute infraction with 30 seconds left, it splits it down the middle. So they don't have to kill the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the Titans looked fairly decent on that first half of the extra man.
Definitely one of the better shots we've seen in a man-up situation. Titans need to keep firing it, potentially try to get a little more downward to the left. Right now they're firing right at Avicoli. But if the Titans can get a little more accurate with their shot, it's surely to find the back of the net in the second half.
Halftime at Tucci Stadium, Southwestern. 2 goals in the second period. They lead 5-3 over the Titans on the CCIW Network.
just want to add strains. We wanted to add results. So at Just Thrive, we were very specific about finding strains that work synergistically to improve the overall microbiome in a way that you could feel it. For example, reducing bloating, improving the immune response, improving digestion, working on leaky gut. These are all things you will feel when you start to use a product that is formulated in a synergistic way. Try the Just Thrive probiotic and antioxidant and see how microbial synergy works for you.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care. From general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
Comes to graduate job placement, Illinois Wesleyan University ranks #1 in Illinois and #7 in the United States. Do well, do good, and achieve more than you ever thought possible. Check us out at iwu.edu.
Welcome to Titan Table Talk, the podcast that takes you inside Illinois Wesleyan athletics. Each week, I sit down with Titan coaches and student athletes to share their stories, analysis, and insights on what it means to be a Titan.
Really love each other and want to support each other.
We just have a really strong family component.
Tune in to Titan Table Talk on YouTube, iwusports.com, and 88.1 WESN every Monday at 7 p.m.
What is proven science? At Just Thrive, it's about best-in-class clinical research. It's about supplements that empower users to control their health. These are the elements that make up the foundation of Just Thrive. Our proven, clinically backed, proprietary probiotic removes the guesswork from supplement selection because we've done the work for you to ensure that you're getting the best product possible, empowering you to take back control of your health from a leader in the digestive, immune, and emotional health spaces.
Start of the second half at Tucci Stadium in Bloomington, Illinois. Matt Sossler alongside Hayden Warfield. Just Thrive Health, founded by IWU baseball alum Billy Anderson and his wife Tina, proud parents of former Titan athletes Nina and Marco Anderson. Just Thrive, it takes guts to be healthy. Titans down by 2 at the intermission, 5-3. It's been 1,092 days since the Titans have dropped a game on this field. Hayden, what's it going to take for them to come back and make it at least 1,093 and a few more as they don't come back home for a little bit after this?
First thing is they got to get past A.V. Coley. He's a phenomenal defensive keeper. He's just been stopping shots left and right. 12 saves in the first half, 800% save rate right there. So they need to find smarter shots against A.V. Coley. I'd like to see him try to bounce a couple more, go for the lower corners, because right now they're really firing them high, and the shots kind of tend to sail over the top of the net. I think they also just need to get some quicker passes going on the offensive side. Right now they're a little too predictable with their shots.
Because of the 1-minute penalty on Southwestern, with 34 seconds left in the second, we will not have a face-off to begin the third period. Instead, Illinois Wesleyan starts on the man advantage in their attacking third. So it's about 25 seconds left on the minute penalty.
Still no goals in a man-up situation for Wesleyan.
Not only today, but this year.
Got
McHugh in and out of the pocket of Dretzka.
A.V. Coley again putting up some phenomenal defense there in goal.
Time ticking. Another rush look for Illinois Wesleyan, and that should melt all of this. Zachary nearly caught on the wrong end of the highlight reel. Gamelgard is there. And I'm starting to see, like, there's the risk factor, there's the reward opportunity you get from it. Having Zachary play 30 yards out. You're forcing Southwestern to focus on what a lot of teams do in the last 2 minutes of practice, and that early on in the season, They'll start 5 yards from the cage. Everybody takes a shot. The makers move 5 yards back. If you miss, you're done. And then you see who can move back the farthest. They're testing their will in that drill. And so far, Southwestern has been on point somewhat. But they have been unable to make the Titans pay. Can they do that here? They started off strong in the second period.
One thing I noticed immediately about this Titan defense is they're not really using that shell defense anymore. They're going back to the man-mark defense that they had earlier.
Sometimes a change of look for just one possession can throw off an entire opposing offense. It's also the first time we've heard the tool belts come out. This Titan team is very vocal on the bench. Not just with their mouths and with their feet on the grass, but using their sticks, and I call it the percussion section. We haven't heard a ton of that today, and Southwestern has put the dampeners on it from the start. Caused turnover by Kennedy.
And right now, Kavanaugh trying to move it down the middle of the field, gives it over to Gamelgard.
Shot and a goal from the senior.
Wesleyan within one of the Pirates now, thanks to Gamelgard. The Pirates just looked a little stagnant there on defense. Didn't quite look like themselves. Titans did a great job of pouncing on that opportunity. And Gamelgard sinks one into the back of the net. That's his first goal of the night.
First goal of the season as well for the defender. Didn't score a goal in all of last year either, Hayden. So that's something you rarely see, but when you're down by 2 in the second half, sometimes you got to pull the bag of tricks you were hoping to save for May out in February. Here's Dretzka across the field. Avicoli keeps Southwestern ahead.
And so far, Wesleyan's done a great job of applying early offensive pressure. This is a much more aggressive attack than we saw any of in the first half.
Knighton puts it into reverse. Spin dodge, but a good wall is Keaton Cox, who's been a strong goal scorer for Southwestern today. They're forced back out, 20 on the shot clock. Jordan has his pocket picked, but maintains possession. Jordan, underhand three-quarter shot.
Zachary made a very risky play earlier there in the play. Came out of goal. Oh, it's not going to matter. Pirates capitalize. And now they're back in the lead by 2.
Knighton second. And so Southwestern's able to reply to that Gamelgard lamplighter. For Gamelgard, his last goal prior to today came on April 3rd of 2024 against Dubuque.
Wow, long time to not have a goal.
He's a defender, rare occasion, especially when you look at the Titan attack unit from the last couple of years. The defenders had a little bit of a role in that system, but not a ton. In the game of lacrosse in general, it's really hard for someone playing the defender role to even get into the attacking half. Great dodge and a goal, this time from Matthew Swandle. And what an answer by Southwestern. 2 goals in less than 90 seconds. What was a 1-goal margin is now back to 3.
Yeah, Wesleyan seemed to have offensive control, and now it's completely shifted to the Pirates. 2 quick back-to-back goals. That is going to be detrimental to the energy on the Titans side.
Forget 90 seconds, 2 goals in less than 30 seconds. A magic potion for Southwestern today that the Titans have used to work to their advantage a lot over the last few years. Quick and consistent was what they prided themselves on. Split dodge. It's tapped around, but ultimately not much there for the Titans. Jake Sline, the Fogo, had it deep in the offensive end. At this point, if you're Coach Iannucci, are you just trying to throw things at a wall, trying to see what you can get?
I think at this point, you have to kind of take a couple of those shots, see if you can catch Avi Coley off guard. Yes, you want to set up your offense. Yes, you want to take calculated shots. But when you're down by 3, you need a couple Hail Marys as well.
Still a lot of time. Langosh could not quite find Dretska. And that chemistry could be something that for this Titan team, maybe something they work on now, but the growing pains in February sprout in April and May.
Definitely, you'd rather have this than during the conference season or even worse, the NCAA tournament.
For both these teams, they attack the NCAA tournament with a similar mindset, given the way that the top 25 and the at-large bids shift in the NCAA. Essentially for both these teams, that you got to win your conference, otherwise you're not going to the NCAA tournament, just because conferences like the SUNYAC, like the Liberty League, just to name a couple, are so stacked that in the small field of Division III men's lacrosse, they're taking up those at-large opportunities. The Liberty League historically, St. Lawrence, RIT, Ithaca, all 3 of those schools, Union, who the Titans fell to a couple of years ago. That was a tournament a couple of years ago where 6 teams made the conference tournament, or 4 rather, and it was a conference with 5 top 25 teams. Can you imagine being a top 25 team and not even making your conference tournament?
That is insane.
Chance for the Titans and a goal. Lucas Patterson, the 6-foot freshman, his first career lamplighter, and the Titans are back on the board.
Titans now back within reach of the Pirates. And it's Rocco back on the Fogo.
And what a momentum booster that could be, Hayden. Not only getting that goal back, but having a freshman get his first collegiate goal. That's got to excite a bench.
Absolutely. Whenever you see one of the young players go, you just get excited. Kind of that sparks that young athlete in you. And you start to want to win the match for them.
It also opens up some of the threats for Illinois Wesleyan. Here's Miller, who has a goal today. McHugh. Pass nearly intercepted. Southwestern gets it back. Intended target was Jake Gerard. Keaton Cox, force below. Cox leads the way for Southwestern with 2 goals and 2 assists. Southwestern led by 2 at the half.
Still leading by 2 right now, but the Titans seem to have found a spark now. Though they're having some trouble getting it across the half-field mark.
Collision on the Southwestern bench. Dredska. Too much. A couple of Titans dive and keep it on this end. McHugh, who's scoreless today. Flag flies on the shot from Holden Webster. Titans get another extra man look. They're 0 for 4 today.
Yeah. If you're the Pirates, you're probably not that nervous right now at being just one man down. So you got to think the Titans have had a lot of opportunities, haven't been able to capitalize. And Avi Coley done a phenomenal job stopping any shots there in goal.
He's got 14 saves today, compared to just 7 for Zachary. The Titans are dominant in the shot column and shots on goal. Southwestern has just found Twine more often. And it makes you think that at some point the glass is going to shatter and the Titans are going to start to get their offensive production resulting in more goals. High slot, Cahoon. That's save number 15 for Avicoli. Huge hit by Miller. That draws a flag.
And Ben Garber is down right now on the field.
One-minute penalty. Most important thing.
Yeah.
It's good to see Jake Traylor bounce back up. Sophomore long stick out of Scottsdale. But now Miller earns a 1-minute break. And Southwestern's on the extra man opportunity where they're 1 for 1. This is a huge momentum play, Hayden. 5.5 minutes left in the third. Southwestern can make it a 3-goal game. If the Titans can kill this off, then all the momentum seems to be on their side.
Going to be huge. The percussion section right now going crazy, trying to encourage the defense.
Cox puts it in.
2 for 2 now on man-up situations. The Pirates pull ahead by 3.
And that's a hat trick for Cox. He has 5 goals on the year after he had a brace against Dubuque. So Southwestern takes advantage of that extra man. And because of the severity of the hit, I mentioned earlier that it's 1 minute no matter what.
Yeah.
So Miller's still taking a knee in the penalty area, but this will be 1 minute regardless of how many goals Southwestern can rattle off.
Especially with how they're playing right now. Quick on the face-off. They're going to try and take a quick shot before Miller can get back up.
Cox again. Zachary's there. Scooped up by Hart. Zachary reclaims control. Nordley. Now the Titans got to figure out how to operate their offense shorthanded. Especially with Miller, who's one of their prime players in the attacking third. Out for a couple more seconds. He's ready to come in, and the Titans stall out to allow that to happen.
Smart stall there. Ties now with 50 seconds on the shot clock.
Nordley out. Miller and Webster in. Patterson, who scored his first collegiate goal earlier on this quarter. Cahoon, 20 on the shot clock. Titans down by 3. Cahoon on the doorstep. Miller, second chance. He puts it in.
What a play there by the Titans. 2 quick shots in a row. Great first save by A.V. Coley. The Titans were relentless, though. Able to put it in the back of the net, shrink the deficit back down to 2.
Miller's second goal of the day. There's an injured Pirate on the turf.
Looks to be a leg injury.
How huge is that goal if you're the Titans after Southwestern took advantage of that extra man? Getting that goal back as Drew Fehrenbacher is helped off by the Southwestern staff.
That is huge for the Titans. Shrinks the deficit down to 2. And the Titans also kind of known for coming alive in fourth quarter situations. That's where they really like to turn up the heat, turn up the gas. It's what happened in the game against Colorado College. They were down going into the fourth period, and then they came back, winning the match. We'll see if they can put on a similar show here against Southwestern.
Sophomore Dante Avicoli has kept the Pirates ahead. His career high 20 saves last year against Calvin. Based on the shot volume for Illinois Wesleyan, he's at 16 now. That is certainly attainable. Titans out shooting the Pirates 38-22, 22-15 on target. Lane Zachary.
Seems like the Titans have really made that switch where they're trying to be just quicker on the offense, take more shots. A.V. Coley just so good there, back there in goal.
Sline. Out to Hart, the long stick. Timmy McHugh settles down. Cahoon. Split dodge to the outside. Cahoon from 10 yards out puts the Titans back within 1.
Cahoon, he was a star in the game against Colorado College. He's a star again here. That's going to be his second goal this game on 6 shots on goal, 11 shots total.
So for the first time today, Hayden, the Titans have scored 2 unanswered.
And this is where the Titans like to be. Pressure's on. 1 goal disadvantage for them, but they can certainly come back.
Rocco with the face-off win, lost it. Corralled by Nordley, who hits the deck. Flag flies. It's picked back up. So even strength, but the Titans maintain control. Zach Iannucci, the Titan head coach, figures out his lineup. Patterson. Right alley, Avicoli once again keeps the Pirates ahead. Patterson making life very difficult on Chris Stefik. Long-ranging pass. And in that case, the Titans will get it because it was beyond midfield. Not entirely sure what the thought process was there. Here's Zachary. We've seen him do this before. Near midfield. Got just enough on it.
Gox really trying to get his stick there in the stick of Zachary. Try to get the ball Get the ball, but unsuccessful. Zachary kind of just toying with him there.
Cade Mears was able to scoop it up. Cahoon doubled up. That means there's someone on the doorstep. Jones is steered away by Avicoli.
Oh.
Rugby scrum, flag flies. As McHugh is on the bottom of that pile, a Pirate has to be held back. That's Campbell Duke. And if there's any golden opportunity for Illinois Wesleyan, it certainly is here. Because that was after the play, this could carry extended time.
That was just very unnecessary, very unsportsmanlike of Campbell Duke. Not the kind of composure you want to see if you're the Southwestern coach.
Waiting to see the official report on it. But it will be an extended extra man opportunity for the Titans as they try to tie this game with 83 seconds left in the third. As they try to remain 2-0, or improve to 2-0 rather, on the year. Unnecessary roughness, 1 minute penalty on Campbell Duke. Clock stop at a minute 14. We'll have Cahoon start with it this time around. Trying to work that left side. The cue, too much for Cahoon. So they give it back to the Pirates, who with a minute 11 left in the quarter could melt it down if they want, especially since they're down. With Duke still in the penalty area. Jordan taken away. Ethan Kavanaugh maintains control. Long shot, it's a goal, and we're back to even. Charlie Berghardt, the sophomore, ties it at 8.
The Titans really seem to have gotten in that ahead. First, the penalty drawn by Campbell Duke. Now, a long-range goal from the sophomore, Berghardt. And the Titans are even with 47 seconds remaining here in the third period.
First goal of the year for Berghardt, just his second career tally.
You gotta love the way Rocco does a face-off. So aggressive, not afraid to just get in the face of his opposing man.
Jones, pitch and catch with Dretska, 30 seconds left. Shot just wide and high from Jake Sline. 30.9 on the timer. Titans trailed at halftime.
Looks like Dretska suffered an injury in that last play. He's hopping back to the bench.
Logan Hollis, the Titan athletic trainer, will take a look.
Not quite sure what happened with Dretska. There wasn't any contact. Probably just landed on it wrong. Now the Pirates looking for one last opportunity before the fourth period.
Keaton Cox, who has a hat trick for the Pirates today. Spins around, saved by Zachary, his 9th. 8.9 seconds left. Now there's an injured Pirate in the goal crease. And that's Cox. So this allows Illinois Wesleyan with just a hair under 9 seconds to set things up. It's a tall task going the full 80 yards in that time, but we'll see what they do. Long roller, hoping for a nasty carom, going back the other way, and time expires. But what a third period for Illinois Wesleyan. 5 goals compared to Southwestern's 3, tied at 8. Whoever wins the fourth wins the game. Put it on the timer, 15 minutes when we come back on the CCIW Network.
To graduate job placement, Illinois Wesleyan University ranks number 1 in Illinois and number 7 in the United States. Do well, do good, and achieve more than you ever thought possible. Check us out at iwu.edu.
Welcome to Titan Table Talk, the podcast that takes you inside Illinois Wesleyan athletics. Each week, I sit down with Titan coaches and student athletes to share their stories, analysis, and insights on what it means to be a Titan.
Really love each other and want to support each other.
We just have a really strong family component.
Tune in to Titan Table Talk on YouTube, iwusports.com, and 88.1 WESN every Monday at 7 p.m.
What is proven science? At Just Thrive, it's about best-in-class clinical research. It's about supplements that empower users to control their health. These are the elements that make up the foundation of Just Thrive. Our proven, clinically backed, proprietary probiotic removes the guesswork from supplement selection because we've done the work for you to ensure that you're getting the best product possible, empowering you to take back control of your health from a leader in the digestive, immune, and emotional health spaces.
Start of the fourth quarter at Tucci Stadium in Bloomington. Matt Sossler, Hayden Warfield tied at 8. Illinois Wesleyan has scored 3 unanswered tallies to draw us even. One of these teams will improve to 2-0. The other will salvage a 1-1 week. Southwestern making the long trip. They narrowly defeated Dubuque. Illinois Wesleyan took down Colorado College on Friday night in comeback fashion. This would be the second half comeback for the Titans this weekend if they can pull it out.
I think this is really going to come down to which goalie can play the better defense. Right now, Avi Coley with 18 saves, Zachary with 9, but Zachary has a much more aggressive style, likes to come outside of the crease. So we'll see which one proves more effective here in the fourth period.
Southwestern wearing their traveling yellows, Illinois Wesleyan in their whites. The second period was owned by the Pirates. The Titans clap back in the third. Shot Zachary walls off the near side post. Matthew Swandel is denied. Zachary, a good stick to limit that pass from leaking into the low slot. Billy McHugh, the preseason All-American, finds his brother Timmy, who puts it in.
And that's what we talked about. The Titans come alive in the fourth period, and the McHugh brothers working beautifully together to sink that one into the top corner.
That's a backyard play from the McHugh brothers, and the Titans take the lead in the fourth, 9-8.
Matt Arnold comes on in the Fogo position.
That's Timmy's first goal of the year. Had an assist against Colorado College. The McHughes from Orland Park, Illinois. Into Mount Carmel. Billy transferred in from LIU, Division I. And Cox slow to get up in the attacking end. We play on, since it's an attackman injured on the doorstep. Jones puts the Titans ahead by 2.
2 quick unanswered goals here in the fourth period.
Jones is second of the year, and with Keaton Cox slow to get up and hobbling his way to the Southwestern sideline, if they're without their primary attack, now down 2, how does that hinder their offense?
That is just huge. Keaton Cox is very aggressive, good at just finding those narrow little crevices where you can get a shot off. If you don't have your... That's not just a hit offensively, that's a hit mentally for the Pirates. Because your teammate, your star, went down, so it's a question of who's going to step up, fill that role that Cox was filling.
Cox with a hat trick today. As the timeout is called, Knighton has a brace. Zaby Strouser has 1 goal. He's their best shooter percentage-wise, but in lacrosse, it's such a technical game. The positions in the attacking third, it's not that interchangeable. Speaking from a Titans perspective, you look at, from last year, if Ike Eastburn was unavailable, you can't replace an Ike Eastburn with a Noah Dretzka. They're two different positions. You can't really replace a Keaton Cox with a Strouser, 2 different positions. They're going to maybe have to lean on somebody who may not have shown up on the stat sheet over the last couple of years.
Yes, definitely. Not only that, you don't have that kind of same position. You don't have that same chemistry. A lot of times these starters really have a specific way they like to play. They've been dialing it in all of preseason, all of the practices leading up to these first matches. Now you don't have that anymore. Now you have to adjust. Now you're thinking a little bit more.
5 unanswered for Illinois Wesleyan, leading 10-8. Andres Morales Gomez controls for the Titans. Finds Owen Miller as all the momentum is shifted to the left side of the turf. Jones, who scored the last one for the Titans, with 13 minutes to go. Cahoon. Gets his alley. Kennedy wanted the split dodge to the inside, but is forced to the top of the perimeter. Kennedy, no problem for Avicoli. That's 19 saves, 1 off of his career high. And even if the Titans walk away with this comeback win and Southwestern walks away on the wrong end of this, Dante Avicoli still deserves his seat of choice on the bus. He's kept him in this game. Marshall Moen.
And even though the Pirates don't have Keaton Cox, they're not slowing down right now. They're really trying to take it all the way to Jamison Zachary.
Josh Swandle, a name we saw early on in the game, but not a ton in the middle periods. Shot out of bounds. Shot clock stays at 32, so it was wide right. Jordan. Forced below the goal line, extended. Wanted the doorstep look. Sails it high, and a long shot. Tried to go with the underhand bowling look was Nolan Zaby. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Pressure from the Titans taken away. Transition look for the green and white if they hurry.
Ooh, ball handling error there by the Titans. That for sure been a goal there for number 8, Brody Jones.
And on the other side, Southwestern puts it in the back of the net. It's Chris Stefik back to a 1-goal margin.
And Keaton Cox may have been out, but the Pirates not playing like it. Just under 11 minutes remaining on the clock. The deficit is 1. This is either team's match right now.
The Titans haven't lost a home game in over 1,000 days. They were down by 3 in the third. Scored 5 unanswered to lead by 2. And that last tally by Stefik has the Pirates back within 1. And Hayden, we both know that the Pirates are capable of bunch scoring.
Pirates, once they kind of get on a run, they kind of stay in the run. We saw earlier There was nearly 5 unanswered goals by the Titans from the Pirates.
Zachary tried to jump the crossfield pass below the GLE. Intercepted by Cade Mears. That's a risky play. We've said that a lot about Zachary, but that's an extremely risky play, trying to intercept a pass below the GLE. Titans turn it over. Ten minutes left. Pirates have an opportunity to even.
Titan sideline starting to get really loud here on defense. 45 seconds on the shot clock.
Moen. Still on the perimeter along that restraining line. Just no give into that slot by this Titan D. Forces a short and errant shot by Abram Garris. Gamble guard in transition over Sale Jones.
Even though the Titans were closer to the end line, it was considered a pass and not a shot. So the ball is going to go the way of the Pirates.
Gamble guard was still north of the restraining line. Double team by the Titans against Moen, who finds a way to tickle the twine.
Goal by number 22.
And we're tied at 10. What a goal from Moen. Dodge 1, split 2. The old adage of getting around a defense in any sport pays dividends for the Pirates.
Tied at 10s. Just over 8.5 remaining in the fourth period.
Both these teams won 11-10 games in their season openers. Titans took down Colorado College. Southwestern defeated Dubuque. Will we see another 11-10 margin on this beautiful Sunday afternoon at Tucci Stadium? Miller. Around to Cahoon. Cahoon shot never got through. Southwestern ball. Midfield turnover, 3-on-2 if the Titans hurry. Jones to McHugh for the goal.
That was a well-placed shot by McHugh. Kind of a ground ball there. Puts the Titans ahead by 1.
McHugh's second of the afternoon. There's an injured Pirate who was down that entire sequence. That resulted in that being an on-man rush for Illinois Wesleyan. And sometimes, Hayden, it's that war of attrition, especially early on in the season against this Titan team. It may take them a half plus a quarter to get into lockstep, but once they get rolling, it's not just the goal scoring, the quick firing offense. When you come to Tucci Stadium, you got to have your hard hat on, your tool belt tight, because it's going to be a physical battle.
Looks like the Pirate player is up now. He's walking off the field, looks fine.
Riston Niemeyer, the Summer Washington product. That's what this Titan coaching staff, specifically head coach Zach Iannucci, talks about. It's a full 60 minutes
of play.
You can't take your foot off the gas. Titans back ahead by 1. They call a push against the Titans, to the dismay of the Titan bench and the Titan faithful. Matthew Swandle with a quick run out. Swandle with 1 goal today is Southwestern. After we've had run after run after run over the first 45 minutes, tries to make this fourth quarter a trading of the goals. Over midway through, just 7 minutes left in this early season meeting. A shot and another equalizer, this time from Abram Garris.
Wow, momentum surely has shifted the way of the Pirates. First it was the Titans coming back, taking the lead. And now the Pirates with the equalizer.
Garris, the freshman out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's his first collegiate goal. Went to Bishop Kelly High School, and the Titans get it right back.
And Michael Rocco on the Fogo goal. Done that 2 games in a row now.
So it's a season high on the young season in goals for the Titans, scoring their 12th. Two goals within 6 seconds of each other. Will Rocco do it again? Couldn't corral the ground ball clean. Still loose. McHugh and Jones in the area. Controlled by the Pirates. I was talking about Garris being from Bishop Kelly High School. That's produced so many athletes out of the Tulsa area. One of the top athletic high schools in the state. So we get a timeout called with the Titans up by 1. 6:21 left in regulation. Hayden, after watching the fourth quarter develop, what's your closing plan if you're Zach Iannucci for the Titans, and if you're Southwestern trying to make this long trip? Bill Bowman in his 15th season trying to go 2-0 in this Iowa-Illinois early season trek.
Right now, I think Illinois Wesleyan really needs to go back to that shell defense, really close out the crease, not let Southwestern get really any accurate shots up, and then keep their foot on the gas pedal on offense. They've been doing a great job of keeping it on their offensive third. If they can keep that up, the Titans can close this out. On the side of the Pirates, it's really going to be about stopping the passes between the Illinois Wesleyan offense. You know, just playing that basic defense, really just stopping any momentum they can get. Because this is a team that likes to thrive off momentum. If you can get them stagnant for just a little bit, then you can capitalize, take advantage.
The Titans are out shooting the Pirates 49-30. On goal, 31-21 Illinois Wesleyan. Dante Avicoli. If Southwestern winds up winning this game, not only does he get his seat of choice on the bus, he gets to go first when they hit their post-game meal stop.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, at this point, I don't know if they flew up here, if they took a bus up here, but if they flew, I might pull the points together, get him a nice little first-class seat.
Honestly,
because he's kept him in this game, and otherwise this Titan team could be up by close to 10 goals at this point with the looks they've had.
613 save percentage right now. He's going to be a threat you see later on in the NCAA tournament.
Of course, the Pirates first got to get through the SAA, where they lost in the semifinals last year to a Rhodes team that was the last squad to take down this Titan team at Tucci Stadium over 1,000 days ago. Billy McHugh picks it off, stifles a scoring opportunity for Southwestern. Karsten Nordley, long-ranging shot. That's a career high for Dante Avicoli. His 20th matches what he had his freshman year against Calvin.
And the Pirates getting pounded in midfield by the Titan defense.
And at this point, it's a scrum. Bodies continue to drop to the turf. 2 Pirates are down. One was after the scrum was broken up. So both training staffs head out to ensure that everything is good. Another aspect to take note of, Hayden, with this being just game 2 of the year, and in a very physical game, your body might not be in tune to absorbing that contact, taking that pressure. The conditioning factor is always there.
Yeah, you're not quite callous to it yet. You're still kind of relearning how to take the hits, especially if you're a younger player just starting to play at the college level. Even if you're a tough guy in high school, as soon as you get to college, these guys just hit different.
Drew Fehrenbacher, one of the bodies. He's back up, the sophomore long stick out of Sherwood, Oregon. He's been down a couple times today. Austin Egler, the other injured Pirate, he pops back up. Mentioned being young, and in your first collegiate season, he's a freshman attack out of Sashi, Texas. Safe to say that the ice packs will be a good that is in high demand in both locker rooms when this one is done.
You know, you talk to former lacrosse players, they wear a lot of protective gear, but you can still really feel the hits. It may save you a couple scrapes, but you still got bruises come the end of the day.
McHugh had Miller on the doorstep. Contact from behind. Miller pleading for a call, but we play on. Titans up by 1, approaching 5 minutes. A 2-0 start to the season at stake as the Titans look to remain in strong control of this Tucci Stadium turf. Hard hit, no flag. An alarm bell shot by Berghardt. Avicoli, he now has eclipsed that career high. Over 20 saves.
Looks like that last shot by Miller just came off his stick the wrong way, kind of just pounded into the floor instead of going towards the goal.
Officials trying to figure out if everybody is in legal position right now, after both teams made some 11th hour substitutions. I think this is all stemming from confusion from that hit. There was no flag, there's nobody in the penalty area, but sometimes when you have a high impact play that could draw a penalty, sometimes the attention goes elsewhere and everything else after that gets a little lost. But we play on. Marshall Moen, who had that fantastic goal earlier to even things up. Karsten Nordley puts Zaby in a blender. Nordley with the strip and the screen. Mears comes away with the loose ball. Hit out of bounds, forces him to lose it. However, Nordley's there, takes a tough shot. And after all that, now we get a flag as Nordley and Zaby get tangled up. Physicality with 3:55 has significantly increased, and with the Titans only up by 1, Hayden, the last thing either side wants is to take a knee in the penalty area.
Definitely, the Titans now playing a man down. Not an ideal situation, as the Pirates seem to have possession.
And they're 2 of 2 on extra man, the Pirates are. And that was a penalty that could have gone either way. And indeed, it will go both ways. Both 1 minute unsportsmanlike. Nordley and Zaby will get to take a knee next to each other in the penalty area. I don't think there'll be an apology uttered on either side, but they may get to know each other a little bit.
Yeah, they talk to each other, be like, hey, how's the weather down in Texas? Yeah.
Some Texas-like weather up here, over 50 degrees. Minimal central Illinois wind, which is rare for this time of year.
Yeah, normally it kind of be a gloomy overcast, maybe a little wet, light rain. But a beautiful day here for some lacrosse.
And given how uncertain the springs are up here, you might want to mark this weather day down. 1, you might not get too many of these, but 2, it could be a record for the rest of the year. I hope not. And after all the deliberation, we get a timeout with 3:55 left. I think both teams trying to figure out how to handle the matching penalties, so it won't be an extra man on either side. Matching and sportsmanlikes on Zaby for Southwestern and Nordley for Illinois Wesleyan. Timeout was called by Coach Iannucci of the Titans with 3:55 left. And the message for both teams, Hayden, has got to be aggressive, but don't make any ill-advised plays.
Yeah, if you're their team right now, they can't afford to have another man sent to the penalty box. They need all their men in right now.
Especially with Southwestern, like I said, 2 of 2. Illinois Wesleyan, 1 of 6 on extra man opportunities. But with the Titans up by just 1, they're looking for that insurance goal because 2 goals with 3:30 left, it's attainable for Southwestern. But especially if the Titans are able to win that face-off with an 80-second shot clock, they have certainly been the better team of maintaining possession. And the penalties have certainly been present today. 7 penalties, 5 minutes time for Southwestern. 3 penalties, 3 minutes for Illinois Wesleyan. You also think about the trade-off. Keaton Cox, we have yet to see him since he exited with injury in the second half. And now Zaby is going to be out for the next minute. Yes, the Titans lose Nordley. But when you think about this from a Southwestern attacking standpoint, they're without 2 players who have put the ball in the back of the net.
The Titans just try to get it across the half field to mark. Keep it away. Since Nordley kind of plays that defensive mid position, you don't really want to be on defense if you're the Titans. You want to stay on offense.
And it looks like that's what they'll do. Timmy McHugh cradling right near that midfield logo. Tries to set things up, get that critical insurance goal, but also realizing the time and score ahead by 1. Cahoon's pass ricocheted. Kicked into the Southwestern attacking half. Matthew Swandle with Zachary out of position, and the Pirates make him pay. It's Jackson Schrouser with his 2nd of the afternoon, tied at 12.
That was huge for the Pirates. The Titans caught completely out of position. First, the ball kind of gets kicked all the way over the half-field mark, passed it into the center there, and Zachary just out of position for a wide-open shot to the right side.
Zachary in his first season as the full-time starter for Illinois Wesleyan, trying to get used to a matter of milliseconds on when you need to react to get back in that cage to avoid that from happening. Face-off controlled by the Pirates. So far, they've done a good job of scoring in bunches. Both sides have. But with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, it could be like your parents are calling you in for dinner. Next goal wins. Considering the 80-second shot clock. Titans need a critical defensive stop. It's Zaby who's out of the box following the unsportsmanlike. Billy McHugh had it, lost it.
Lost his stick as well.
Zaby puts Southwestern ahead with 2:11 left.
And that is a dream situation for the Pirates. One of your players gets penalty time. Not only do you not give up the goal, but you score a goal, and now you come and pull ahead by one here with just over 2 minutes remaining.
That's his second goal of the day. 2 unanswered from the Pirates. And now the Titans are on the doorstep of suffering their first home loss in 1,092 days. February the 19th, 2023 against Rhodes.
Only people on this team that really remember the sting of a home defeat are the seniors. People like Michael Uraka, Noah Dretzka, people who were freshmen kind of coming up as players when that defeat happened.
Titans have to move fast under 2 minutes left, especially if you want to go for that win in regulation. Jones out to Cahoon. 1:40 left. Cahoon had it stripped as he went downhill. Fresh shot clock for Southwestern. This Titan defense that's applied all the pressure needs to make a play. Gamelgard. Mears gives way, allows Webster to scoop it up. The Titans finally have control. Webster on the give and go.
The shot clock doesn't matter anymore.
Webster loses it. Avicoli gets it back. Like you said, Hayden, with a minute left, the shot clock exceeds the game clock.
And now if you're the Pirates, you're just going to toss it around, waste time. You're under no pressure to attempt the score.
And why would you at this point? The last thing you want to do is get this to a face-off. I know you'd be leading by 2, but a face-off gives Illinois Wesleyan a chance. They could theoretically win it, score, win it again, score again. Scramble for a ground ball. Titans get it back, 30 seconds on the timer. Zachary, who has spent a lot of time near midfield, gets knocked down, no whistle, to Gamelgard, 20 seconds. Miller to Timmy McHugh. McHugh, spin dodge, loses the ball. Still alive. 8 seconds. Whistle blows with 6.6. Coach Iannucci calling a timeout.
A wise timeout there, making sure that the Titans maintain possession here. They're only going to have time for one shot, so you got to make it count.
6.6 seconds left. You got one shot, maybe a rebound if you take it quick. Who gets the ball for Illinois Wesleyan?
I think you got to go to Jake Cahoon or Noah Dretzka. Those are your 2 top scorers. They're the people who have been putting on the production here for Illinois Wesleyan, or maybe even McHugh. The question is, do they send it to someone on the outside or the inside? The inside play is risky because there's the chance for the interception, but you get the chance for a more accurate shot. On the outside, less chance for interception, but you're going up against A.V. Coley with 22 saves.
A career high for the sophomore. The Pirate gets carried off to the bench in the interim of all that. That's Jackson Strouser. So that emphasizes the importance of this. If the Titans score and force additional time, this Southwestern team has a very depleted attack unit.
And that Strouser was carried off the field. He didn't walk.
6.6. Who's going to be the hero? Titans down by 1 with history on the line. Kennedy to Miller with 3. In front. Finds the ground. Southwestern with a historic win. It's been over 1,000 days since the Titans have fallen at home, and the Pirates of Southwestern, behind Dante Avicoli, their sophomore goalie, and bunch scoring, get a rare win by an opposition in Bloomington.
You can see Strouser there on the sideline hug his coach, saying, I know I went down, coach, it hurt, but it was worth it for this victory over the Titans. The fan section dead silent in defeat right now.
After this Titan team beat Southwestern 20-8 2 years ago. Something that you don't see too often, Hayden. You mentioned that this is only the second time in the career of these seniors that this has happened.
Yeah, this is not something that they're familiar with. This definitely is a sting for the Titans. There's going to be a lot of talk in the locker room. Definitely they're going to come out with some fire in practice tomorrow as they get ready and geared up for conference play coming up in just a few weeks for the Titans.
And Hayden, if you're Illinois Wesleyan, you got a lot of young guys, a lot of freshmen on this team. How do you use this rare early season loss? 'Cause that's the other thing that we're not really focusing on is we talk about all the home wins, but with that, usually the Titans don't hit the road until their spring break trip, which means that they're usually starting off the season 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. They now are 1-1. They have Aurora on Saturday. How do you handle this learning experience if you're a younger player?
I think if you're a younger player, like, it just goes to show winning is not guaranteed. It's not given to you. That is often kind of the thought process when you come into such a successful team like Titans, that winning is just going to happen. But no, it has to be earned. It's going to be a battle every game. And I think that's what these Titans need to take from that is it's time to battle. They battled hard today, but they're going to have to battle even harder against Aurora. When
Southwestern improves to 2-0. The Titans drop to 1-1. So Southwestern always, in their schedule, they travel a lot of miles. They are traveling, I believe, to 6 or 7 different states before this season's out, but anytime, if you're the Pirates, if you can go 2-0 in a long road trip, it just means so much, especially to start the year.
It means so much, especially, too, because you're not at your freshest on the road. You're staying in hotels. It's long bus rides. Your body's sore, and you can still come out against an aggressive team like the Titans. Secure a victory. That just goes to show the talent of this team. Hopefully they still got a few bodies left after this match.
A physical battle indeed. Southwestern 13-12 winners behind a hat trick in limited minutes for Keaton Cox. Dante Avicoli, a career-high 22 saves in between the pipes, including a last-second stronghold to give the Pirates a 13-12 advantage. Up next for Titan men's lacrosse, they will stay home, host Aurora as they try to bounce back. That is next Saturday at 2 o'clock here at Tucci Stadium before they hit the road for the first time this year. That'll be at DePaul on Wednesday, February 25th. A busy week in Titan Athletics coming up. You can catch all the information on Titan Athletics on iwsports.com. And with that, that wraps up our coverage from Tucci Stadium for our entire crew. Our producer, Tyler Wilson, along with our director and producer, Cody Buzzcole, and our entire group here on this beautiful day at Tucci Stadium in Hayden Warfield. I'm Matt Sossler. Titans fall 13-12. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Titan Men's Lacrosse on the CCI.